As the anticipation builds for the Carabao Cup quarter-final clash against Crystal Palace at the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal's squad converged at their training ground today. The atmosphere was electric, especially with the return of defender Gabriel Magalhães from injury. This news will delve into the details of today's training session, the players' performances, tactical insights, and the overall preparation for what promises to be an exciting encounter. With the Carabao Cup quarter-final on the horizon, Arsenal's training ground was the backdrop for critical preparations as the Gunners focus on Crystal Palace tomorrow. The session, conducted under expert supervision, aimed to sharpen skills, enhance tactical awareness, and build the team's morale. Key among the returning figures was Gabriel Magalhães, whose presence is expected to bolster Arsenal's defensive lineup. The training session begins. As the players arrived at the training ground, they were greeted by a crisp winter morning, a perfect setting for an intense training session. The coaching staff, led by manager Mikel Arteta, gathered the squad for a brief meeting, outlining the day's objectives and emphasizing the importance of teamwork and focus. Warm-up drills. The session commenced with warm-up exercises designed to get the players' blood pumping. Dynamic stretches and agility drills were prioritized, allowing the squad to shake off any lingering fatigue from their previous matches. The return of Magalhães added a layer of enthusiasm to the warm-up, as his teammates welcomed him back with positivity and camaraderie. Core training focus, tactical work. After the warm-up, the focus shifted towards tactical drills. Arteta, known for his meticulous approach, employed small-sided games that emphasized positional play, quick passing, and pressing tactics. This segment of training allowed players to adapt their movements and communication styles, ensuring they remain in sync ahead of the high-stakes clash with Crystal Palace. Individual player focus, Gabriel Magalhães. Having sidelined for several weeks due to injury, Gabriel Magalhães' return was the highlight of the training. The young Brazilian showed no signs of hesitation as he participated fully in drills, displaying his trademark strength and composure. Coaches monitored him closely, providing guidance while also allowing him the freedom to regain his confidence. His ability to read the game was as sharp as ever, and his positional awareness will undoubtedly benefit the squad in the upcoming match. Midfield mastery. Arsenal's midfielders engaged in passing drills that focused on both short and long-range distribution. Players like Martin Odegaard and Emirates Eze showcased their vision by executing intricate passes while under pressure. Their performance during this segment highlighted their readiness to control the midfield against a resilient Crystal Palace side. Forward movement. The attacking unit, including Gabriel Jesus and Bukayo Saka, worked on their finishing skills. Several drills were designed to simulate match scenarios, allowing forwards to practice their shots on goal from various angles. The chemistry among the forwards was palpable as they exchanged quick passes and looked to create scoring opportunities. Set-piece strategies. A significant portion of the training session was dedicated to set pieces, an area where Arsenal has struggled at times. Coaches outlined specific roles and tactics during free kick and corner situations. Defenders, including Magalhães, practiced their defensive organization, while attackers worked on executing set-piece strategies to catch Crystal Palace off guard. Match simulation. As the training session progressed, Arteta arranged for a practice match where players could implement the strategies discussed earlier. It served as a crucial opportunity for Magalhães to seamlessly reintegrate with the squad. The intensity of the match prompted the coaches to assess player fitness and tactical execution, further fine-tuning their preparations for the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Player reactions and insights. Post-training, several players took a moment to share their thoughts. Saka, reflecting on the day's session, emphasized the importance of returning to winning ways. "It feels great to have Gab back. He strengthens our defense. Today's training was intense, and we've set our sights on the cup. We know what's at stake." Odegaard echoed similar sentiments, stating the return of experienced players like Magalhães boosts team morale. Competition is fierce, and having more players available makes us stronger. We're ready. A team ready for battle. As the day came to an end, the atmosphere at the training ground was charged with optimism. Arsenal's squad, particularly with Gabriel Magalhães back in the fray, looked poised to tackle the challenge ahead. Arteta has instilled a sense of belief within the team, and the tactical groundwork laid today bodes well for the Carabao Cup showdown. Tomorrow's match against Crystal Palace is not just about progression in the Cup, it's an opportunity for Arsenal to demonstrate their resilience and unity as a team. With the squad regaining full strength, fans can expect an exciting and competitive encounter. Stay tuned for a comprehensive report following the match, as the Gunners aim to turn their training efforts into Cup success.
Are Villa in a title race for you?
Yes, they are. Why wouldn't they be? They're 3 points behind the leaders. And why not? They didn't play well today, but they got over the line against the Manchester United side, which they don't normally beat.
Why do you think some people are not convinced that they're in a title race?
Maybe because they haven't convinced with convincing scorelines, winning by 2 and 3 and 4 goals. I just feel that a manager like Unai Emery has the credentials to keep them at this level and keep them as close as he possibly can right towards the end of the season. So, yeah, I do think they're in a title race.
Do you?
No. no, I don't. I don't think they are, and that's not me being disrespectful to Aston Villa. I think they're just not as good as Arsenal and Man City, and they're doing excellent, they're doing great, but to win the title, it takes a lot, and I just don't feel that they're going to be in the title.
Even though their home form is so strong, they've lost once in a calendar year at Villa Park, even though they've got the experience of the credentials of Emery.
Yeah, but I just think it takes something special and to win the Premier League title. And I just don't think Aston Villa are at the level of Arsenal or Man City.
Right. Welcome to Ref Watch. Guys, 3 sleeps to go.
I know.
Yeah. And look at this, Arsenal, there we go, will be Christmas #1 after they beat Everton 1-0. Big smile on this man's face, but could have been very different, couldn't it, guys, had Everton been awarded a penalty after William Saliba appeared to kick Tierno Barry. Now, Sam Barrett didn't award it, guys. It was given a thorough check by VAR, contact not deemed sufficient enough. So I want to get your thoughts on this first of all, of course. Dermot, kick us off.
Yeah, I trawled through the archives of this season. I couldn't find any incident where a similar incident, a penalty had been awarded. So I think they've been consistent so much as any challenge like this. That's the wrong one. That's O'Brien. This is the O'Brien one on Jokeris later in the game.
We like to compare and contrast, don't we, I think, looking at other incidents as well. But there we go. OK. We'll get to the right clip in just a moment. Can we just have some appreciation for the fact I'm dressed as a referee today? I've done it on purpose. I've gone for a little bit of Christmas bling here.
Oh, you look smart.
But yes, there we go. I just
Dermot wouldn't wear that, though. Would you, Dermot? In your heyday?
I hung mine up.
Yeah.
I hung mine up.
Right, OK, here we go. We will bring you the right clip. Let's get back to this then, Dermot. Hopefully, this is going to work for us, and let's take it away. It was Sam Barrett, of course, wasn't it, with this one? It wasn't awarded. It was given a thorough check by VAR. Look, with this contact not deemed sufficient enough,
I think because both of them...
What is the issue here?
I think both of them go to kick the ball at the same time. There's no doubt that Saliba catches Barry. There's no doubt about that. As I said, I looked through the previous 16 weeks, couldn't find one similar that they'd give a penalty. So it seems that in situations like that, they feel contact's not enough. VAR said the same. What I would say is, once it's not given on field, it'd be very, very difficult for the VAR to give it because it's not a clear and obvious error.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I watched that a few times, and I have to say, I thought that was a penalty. I think when you miss time kicking the ball, if it was on the floor, it would be deemed as a penalty. So even though, Saliba, the ball's up here, I feel like that was because he's kicked the player, which means it is a foul. He hasn't. I mean, the ball hit Saliba's knee. We can't see it right now. The ball did hit Saliba's knee, but he still kicked the ball. I mean, kicked the attacker's leg. So for me, it should have been a penalty. But like Dermot said there, it hasn't been given all season. So is that the reason why maybe they've clamped down on them kind of challenges and said we're not giving them because they're a little bit soft? I mean, yes, they're soft, but in history we've seen penalties given, not this season, but a few seasons before. I do think penalty, but it's one of those ones like Dermot said. It's not going to be, if it's not given on field, it's not going to be turned over.
No, it's not. It's definitely not going to be turned over. I think that was the theme of the weekend as well. There's a number of decisions where people say that should have been an alternative decision. I think VAR didn't.
I don't think they've actually come out, because they haven't actually come out and said anything like we're going to clamp down on these kind of challenges as well. That's why people are just saying, oh, that's a penalty, because in history, years like last season, the season before, we have seen incidents like that where penalties were given, and I think that's why everyone's just started saying that's a penalty. But I mean, if it was me and I was a forward, I actually would want a penalty, but then on the other hand, the defender's going to say that's soft. So I can understand, but I initially thought that was a penalty.